You could have plus, past participle. You could have avoided him. You could have taken a break. You could have studied harder. You could have called me back. You could have invested wisely. You could have saved more money. You could have forgiven yourself. You could have been more patient. You could have encouraged others. You could have valued simplicity. You could have let go of grudges. You could have attended the event. You could have kept your promises. You could have practiced humility. You could have visited your family. You could have been more organized. You could have taken calculated risks. You could have been more organized. You could have started a new hobby. You could have avoided the argument. You could have upgraded your skills. You could have apologized sincerely. You could have appreciated solitude. You could have celebrated diversity. You could have prioritized self-care. You could have made better decisions. You could have been more open-minded. You could have learned from failures. You could have taken a leap of faith. You could have been true to yourself. You could have followed your passion. You could have appreciated diversity. You could have forgiven and forgotten. You could have seized the opportunity. You could have learned a new language. You could have let go of past regrets. You could have let go of past regrets. You could have taken calculated risks. You could have made a positive impact. You could have supported your friends. You could have learned from criticism. You could have saved for future goals. You could have contributed to a cause. You could have been more understanding. You could have cooked a delicious meal. You could have chosen a different path. You could have fixed the issue earlier. You could have learned from experiences. You could have built strong connections. You could have faced challenges head-on. You could have embraced your uniqueness. You could have listened more attentively. You could have practiced gratitude daily. You could have practiced mindfulness daily. You could have been more open-minded. You could have expressed your creativity. You could have expressed your creativity. You could have created beautiful memories. You could have adopted a positive mindset. You could have learned from your mistakes. You could have double-checked the details. You could have practiced active listening. You could have fostered a positive mindset. You could have valued time with loved ones. You could have finished the project sooner. You could have handled the situation better. You could have cherished your relationships. You could have established clear boundaries. You could have adapted to change gracefully. You could have shown empathy towards others. You could have contributed to a team effort. You could have celebrated your achievements. You could have built a strong support system. You could have adapted to different cultures. You could have faced your fears courageously. You could have focused on the present moment. You could have focused on the present moment. You could have appreciated the little things. You could have chosen kindness over judgment. You could have fostered a sense of belonging. You could have collaborated more effectively. You could have embraced constructive feedback. You could have organized your time better. You could have explored new opportunities. You could have explored new opportunities. You could have respected diverse opinions. You could have avoided unnecessary stress. You could have improved your communication. You could have avoided negative influences. You could have embraced constructive feedback. You could have completed the task efficiently. You could have maintained a positive attitude. You could have learned to forgive and move on. You could have expressed your feelings openly. You could have faced adversity with resilience. You could have built resilience in tough times. You could have built resilience in tough times. You could have chosen happiness over resentment. You could have appreciated the beauty around you. You could have built a healthy work-life balance. You could have challenged yourself intellectually. You could have been more environmentally conscious. You could have fostered a positive work environment. You could have taken responsibility for your actions.